Hey everybody, today in this video we're going to go around and take a look at all the custom things within the LEGO City. Based on the list that I just put together, there's over 100 things to cover. The first one is of course the lighthouse. We recently removed it from its original base plate and integrated it into the rocks here on the corner of the island. So yes, this list does include custom and also modified builds. We have some more right over here. Just beyond the causeway, there is a candy store. Also, an ice cream parlor. Next up, a deli and a bike shop. On the back side of those, we have 4 more. A noodle shop, toy shop, activity center, and a surf skate shop. And essentially everything that we're having a look at today in this video has a detailed interior along with a detailed video here on my channel. The Harbor Master's office wasn't significantly modified, however it was removed from its base and the dock was actually extended so that it connects to the boat launch. Similar to it is the 1950s diner. That set was actually placed on a customized base plate with tiling and also parking stalls for those vintage cars. Most of the modular buildings that you see here in the city have actually been modified, and we did that by using multiple of the same set. Like look at our boutique hotel. It is huge, it's a double corner. It features plenty of rooms, a rooftop bar, and the El Cubo Fine Art Gallery. The original design for the Jazz Club was only 1 base plate, but we decided to expand it to 1.5 base plates. That gave us more space in the interior to do cool things and also allowed us to expand the pizza restaurant. Sometimes it's hard to notice these modifications. For example, the Brick Bank has an additional floor. And so does the Grand Emporium, along with the corner garage. And when you peer through the windows, you can actually see some of those interior details, such as the doggy daycare and also the dog salon. If you've seen the original police station, I know I haven't seen it in a long time, but it is substantially smaller than this. Our police station has an additional floor and it stretches 32 studs wide just for the police station. There's no donut shop attached. Our hospital is inspired by a LEGO City set, however, it's fully customized, much taller, and a complete modular building. Originally, the bookshop only sat on a half base plate. We decided to make it an entire base plate. And of course we did that using 2 sets. Its counterparts are currently right there beside the pet shop counterpart. So we actually have 4 townhouses. Just across the way from the townhouses, we can see 5 more models. Some of these are rebrickable models, but some are fully custom, such as the bakery that Mrs. Bricksie came up with. Then we have the flower shop, the cozier home, a record store, I believe, and also the Castle bed and breakfast, which was recently placed here on the canal. And around the corner from that is our double pet shop, which originally was only half a base plate, but now it's a full base plate, and I love the interior in that one. However, for whatever reason, I decided to not add an interior to this half of the customized downtown set, but this one over here does. They're connected by the pedway, and they sit beside the cafe and apartment, which also doesn't have an interior at this time, other than the rooftop hot tub. The construction site is now larger than the original. The crane is taller, and we have the addition of this extra space. The original bowling alley actually looked quite small because it didn't have the addition of the 2nd floor. We used some instructions from rebrickable.com done by Brick Artisan to add the 2nd floor, and boy oh boy, I definitely don't regret that. It looks way better. Speaking of rebrickable instructions, we used some additional ones along with our own creativity to supersize the LEGO Friends Botanical Garden, and then we built this large park for it, and within the park is actually the Tranquil Garden. We built it right into the mills, and this actually shares a space with the LEGO store. And of course, this is the central park for our town hall, which is right over there on top of the grand staircase. It's doubled up, so now it wraps around the corner on both sides because it's a double corner modular building. That's one of our most recent additions, and I'm in love with it. I think it's just awesome. We've been meaning to take care of that project for quite some time, and it feels pretty good to get it done in 2025. Then we have a half base plate module on the back of that, and it is a laundromat. And just across the way is the Venetian houses. We didn't make very many modifications to this one here, but the entire foundation has been changed using a Mills technique. And you can see we actually raised it up way out of the water to match the canal. The other half base plate modular building on the backside of Town Hall is a gym. We also made some customizations to the Krusty Burger with the addition of the actual pull-through for the drive-through. And right beside it is the Krusty Burger, built a plate for it. That includes a large crosswalk and also some parking stalls. Our 123 Sesame Street has a closed back, and it sits beside an alternate model of the Ministry of Magic, and also our 12 Grimwald Place facades that also serves as an entrance to Diagon Alley. That street ends with the Sitcom Tower. We've got the Friends Central Perk, also the Friends Apartment, Big Bang Theory, and on the top we have Bro Thor's Penthouse. After the Wizarding Bank, we have Full House, 101 Dalmatians, Breakfast at Tiffany's, and also Peter Parker's apartment. A nice tuning shop across the way, along with a large hollow skyscraper. And an even larger Daily Bugle. It is one of the most prominent buildings here in the Lego City. Everything looks so tiny in this city, even Galactus. But this Sanctum Sanctorum here has been increased in size. We did fill in the alley, and each floor is taller. Hey, there's an old school mock. That is the Sitcom Tower, which sits beside the Nougat and Trans Blue skyscraper. I don't have a name for it yet. Hey, and there's the other parts of the police station. The donut shop, and also City Press. The width of the Studgate train station has been increased to accommodate a standard switch track, and we added a second entrance on this side. You can gas up at the Corner Octane gas station right across the street from the Monster Fighters Haunted House with a creepy graveyard, which I'm pretty sure will keep the dogs barking here in the dog park and keep the skateboarders on their toes. I don't think the dogs or skateboarders need to worry because the X-Men keep everyone in that haunted house in check. This thing still needs an interior and the grounds need to be detailed, but I think it looks pretty epic here in the city. But hey, the Joker's on it, okay? Eventually, he's going to continue construction. You can grab some fresh goods at the farmer's market before you head into the Bricksie Land Amusement Park, where you can find the Ferris wheel with a custom utility shack that conceals the receiver and battery box. And the Disney costume shop. It's hard to believe that this could also be a Disney castle. There's a washroom underneath the customized mixer platform, but it looks like those amusement park guests have been riding for quite some time because there's currently no stairs. Below the Haunted Mansion, there is another train station built into the platform covering with a custom Starbucks, and that's where you can board the customized and motorized Hogwarts Express. And one of our largest modifications is actually done to the Disney Castle. We used 2 sets and some additional pieces from our inventory to give it a closed back. We also have a boutique with the purple wall. If you know, you know. You can grab a selfie there. And beside that, there is a Starbucks. I sort of regret taking the winter away from the McAllister's house, but it's here in the city where there's not really any winter. The McAllister's house does have a driveway pull-through and also a garage. The Simpsons house has a yard, driveway, backyard details, and Bart Simpson's treehouse. The school has been fully customized. That is the Heart Lake City school set, which is a Lego Friends set. And the grounds of it actually has a fully custom playground, a basketball court on the side, and some other fun details, such as the community gardens, which sits beside the closed back up house. There's also a closed backed Ford Privet drive with a garage, and all of the buildings here in the residential area have been modified to be on a Mills plate, and their yards have been substantially improved as well. There's all sorts of fun custom mini builds all throughout the campground, such as the check-in booth, playground, little tents, archery range, wood cache, outhouses, water pumps, cabins, and much, much more. Even the A-frame cabin has been modified because it's raised up so many bricks. You can see the height difference with the water there. And it also just has some more surrounding details, such as the well and the fire pit. The airstrip also has this little custom building, and we built the grounds for the Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs set, also the treehouse, and Winnie the Pooh. One of our most recent custom creations is, of course, the train garage, which can be found here in the undeveloped train yard. That's one of our next big projects. And of course, included in that is the harbor, which is raised up out of the water. We have the customized overhead crane along with the building and also the watchtower. Most of the buildings found within our winter village are based on the sets just because that ongoing collection is so cool. There are 2 completely custom ones and then 9 that have been customized with closed backs, either on our own accord or by using rebrickable instructions. One of my favorite modifications was done to the botanical garden. I think it looks amazing with the addition of the pathways, fountains, river, and also, of course, flowers. And look at that, it's sitting right above the zoo. This is our custom grounds for the Lion Knight's Castle. You can see an extension of the moat that actually flows out the back, and it's raised up quite a bit. It used to sit beside the fully custom pub. And of course our medieval castle, which was inspired by the medieval castle set, and it only took 6 of those sets to build this, plus additional pieces. The blacksmith was expanded with the grounds and a horse stable. You bet there's a grounds for the medieval jousting as well, along with a concession stand and some grandstands. The King's Castle is much larger and a lot more well protected with the exterior wall. Which tower is better, our newly constructed, modernized, and modularized Magistos Tower, or this one here, which was built with a pretty awesome brick bending building technique? You can't forget about these guys right down here. We've got the black and white skyscraper, the Imagination Station, the University, an elevated train station, and the Ferris wheel along with the gazebo. So there we go. That's a brief recap of all the customized things here in the city. I couldn't believe it when I was walking around making the list. I was like, oh my gosh, this is, and I soon realized that mostly everything in our city has been customized to some degree, whether it be fully custom or based on a Lego set or just modified to fit within the city. So it's definitely pretty cool. It's fun for me to go through and do these recaps. And there's definitely a lot more than just that. That was mainly focusing on like rebrickable models and structures and modified stuff. But when you have a look at all the custom landscaping and just like terrain and retaining walls and all that different type of stuff, there's a lot more as well, which is pretty cool. And I can't wait to continue working on it. As always, I hope you enjoyed this video. Please remember to like, subscribe, and stay tuned for some more great stuff. Have a great day. Bye for now.